welcome back to another Wheel of Time video. It's been a minute, and I do apologize. I've talked about it a bit before in previous videos. I got sick, and then I got sick again, and then I got sick again, and I've been just dealing with a lot of health issues and the accompanying brain fog that I had heard about and didn't realize how intense it could get. It got really intense for me. I'm still struggling with it, and still dealing with just having difficulty finding energy and, an expression that I've learned from this incredible fandom, finding the spoons to do things, finding the motivation and the ability to gather my energy to do things. But I am coming out of it. I appreciate the concern that people have had and expressed to me. I feel like I'm getting better. But anyway, all that to say, I know it's been a minute, and I appreciate everyone being very kind and patient with me, but this is exciting because my sister finished book 2. And so we talked about it last night, and that's what this video is. We talked for a while, so I'm going to do 2 halves so that I can get, some of it out faster because, editing takes time. But yeah, so this is going to be the first half of the conversation that I had with my sister, my baby sister, about The Great Hunt, book 2. And we talk a lot about, her thoughts about the book and comparing the book and the show, because she is doing this in a bit of a weird way. She watched half of season 2 before starting the book. So there's it's interesting. Anyway, I mean, obviously I love her. So talking with my sister is always amazing. But I just find her perspective on this very interesting. And I hope you do too. So let's get into it.
Let's be nerdy with Let's Be Nerdy. Let's be nerdy with Let's Be Nerdy.
What's up?
Hey, welcome back to Talking with the Nerd about the Wheel of Time. Nerding out with me. So, okay, you have finished The Great Hunt.
Yeah, and to be honest, I've been quite stressed that I can't. You have not allowed me to start the next book.
Oh, I did.
By the way,
look, it's
I've
your
been kind of stressed.
You're finishing the book on a Tuesday and not being able to talk to me until Saturday. That's all you. That's all you. I would have talked to you sooner, but
I wake up and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I have a routine now where I listen.
Casts you could listen to.
Yeah, but it doesn't do the same. It's just okay. I'm I want to be, in an adventure while I'm getting ready for work.
So before I ask any specific questions, just general thoughts on the book.
It's very different to the show. There's a few little things, but I enjoyed it.
The amount of times you were like, Jenny, when you read this, how did you feel? And I was like, it's different.
It's so different. It's so different. I felt like I was listening to a new story. I didn't really feel like I knew this plot. I felt like this is a whole new book, a whole new plot line. And there's no spoilers in the show for me. So it was just I mean obviously there are, the general theme. Yes. To be honest, I don't even know what they've left for, because you said that season was 2 and 3. I'm like, what is it going to be in book 3 that I didn't I saw a lot of the main themes in book 2.
Yeah, I have thoughts on this. I cannot tell you them until after you've finished book 3. So, after this conversation, you can hit play and then go on with your life. But
I know, genuinely, as soon as this conversation's over, play is being pressed. I already downloaded it. It's just waiting for me.
Thank you for waiting. I really do appreciate it.
Because last time I didn't wait, and I was like, come on, Tori, just see if you can wait this time. So I said, okay, I'll wait.
All right. Now, I said to you before you started, I personally think book 2 is better than book 1. What do you think?
I like both. I actually just like it. I just feel like it's a continuation. It's like a furthering of the story. It's just, it's more happening, but the book, you expect more to be happening. The story is evolving.
Yeah.
I guess I had never thought about like comparing the two. It genuinely just feels like a continuation.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess it's hard for you, yeah, because you're going through the
In
journey.
the
And
journey, yeah.
I've read it so many times that is something that
Well,
I
yeah, I
think
can
about. Yeah.
imagine. I
Yeah.
could imagine like once I'm done, if I was to then reread, I could see certain books potentially being like, I can't wait to get to that book because that was such
Mm,
a good book. Whereas
yeah.
right now I'm like just like figuring out the plot. I just want to know what's happening. Like I can't really compare yet. Like
Yeah.
I have a lot of suspense, a lot of like, okay, well, how is this going to play out? How is
Mm,
this going to
mm.
happen? Ran needs to chill out with all of these women.
You did
Okay.
say that to me. You did say that. Okay. What do you mean all of these women? What are you talking about, all of these women?
I mean, Robert, whatever his name, what's his last name?
Robert Jordan.
Robert Jordan?
That's not his name. His name is actually, I think, James Rigney, but his writing name is Robert
Okay.
Jordan. Yeah.
Well, Robert Jordan needs
Mm.
to, what was he like? Living vicariously through Rand? Because he just had Rand, all the women
All the women? Okay.
want Rand.
Ah, okay.
Egwene,
All the women want her. Mhm.
Egwene,
Right.
Elaine, Seline, what's her name? Her real name?
Oh, Lanfear.
Lanfear. And now Min. Min was not supposed to happen. I was not okay with that. Min is
Yeah.
supposed to be, she stood on her own. She doesn't get, you
Mm.
know, Google-eyed for anybody.
Sorry,
Supposed to be like,
the word, one of my friends taught me this word, and I apologize because now it's going to be in your head, and it will come to your head whenever you, dickmatized. Min was not supposed to be dickmatized.
did you really just say that, Jenny?
I did.
Oh my God.
Now, look, I've taught you the word now. It's a word that is going to be in your head because when you paused there, I almost just said it. And then you were all
Did
pure
my
and
big
innocent.
sister. Oh God. That is also a lesbian. Just literally said to me, this woman was dickmatized. The thing is, I think Min would have been a great character to make lesbian. I don't know why.
Yeah. I mean,
But whatever.
she like wears pants and stuff, and like, yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that.
and she's
Yeah.
like, like talks back at you. Like, I don't care, Yeah, I didn't see that coming, and I am befuddled by it.
Befuddled, yes. I hold on. I've got actually the message you sent me.
Were you surprised when I sent you that message? Because I wasn't sure. I just saw like a little
Yes,
hint.
I was surprised. Yeah, I was surprised that you got that. Yeah, you sent me. Let's see. If Min and Rand get together, I'd be really stressed out. That's what you said. Yes.
And then your response, good job, Jenny, because you made it seem like
I was like, why are you thinking about them? That's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
asked
You made me question myself.
Mm.
I was like, maybe I'm seeing the wrong hints. Maybe this
Mm.
is wrong. But like the hint was like, I remember I was taking a shower and I was in the flicker scene.
Yeah.
The part of the and there was a part where he was just like in one of his flickers, he was married to Min or something like that. And I was like,
Okay.
I was like, hold the fuck up 1 minute. How did that come in there? I was like, what you mean married to Min? What the fuck? And that was the first like hint. And I was like, no, I misheard. That doesn't make sense. And I was gonna message you as soon as I got out the shower after that. But I was like, no, that doesn't make sense. So then I continue listening. And then they get to the part where they're about to go journey with what's her name? The jaw lady.
Oh,
The strong jaw.
Leandrin.
Leandrin. They're about to go journey with Leandrin. Leandrin tricks them into going on the journey because of, you have to do this for Rand.
Yeah.
Hell. Go risk your life with this boy that's flirting with everybody. Okay, cool. Anyways.
Look, Rand in the books is like a young virgin, never seen a boob, and like this Seline is like throwing herself at him, like that's something I have to keep telling myself whenever I reread because Rand in book 2 makes me mad because he's so stupid because she's so obvious to me. Like,
yeah.
I did not even know, like, this is just, when I didn't know until I joined the fandom, like very late after having read the books many times, that people didn't realize that Seline was Lanfear, because I knew the second she showed up, because she was so obvious to me. Like, she's like, think of the glory, Red. Like,
I sent you a message about that. I was like, I am annoyed by this Seline lady. Like,
yes.
she is so annoying. Like,
Yes.
she is like, I was like, and then he's like, all in fact, I'm like, can you stop it? This woman.
But he's like,
pushing him.
Because he's the same age in the books as he is in the show, but because his maturity is younger. I do, like, when I'm reading it, I do have to remind myself all the, like, he is a boy. He is not thinking with his head right now. He's like, that's not what's happening. All of the blood has left his brain. Like, because otherwise I want to crawl into the book and smack him. Like, stop it. This woman is stupid. You're being an idiot. Yeah.
I get annoyed. I was like, oh my God, Ryan, stop this woman. Anyways. Yeah. And then they're basically talking about going with
Leandrin.
God, 'cause I was gonna call her anyways, Leandrin. And for Rand, and then Min says, are you sure it's worth it? What if, he ends up with Elaine, or ends up with whoever, or me? And I was like, it's another hint. Another flipping hint. And I was like, I don't like this. I don't want her to get tied up in this goo goo gaga dickmatizedness to Rand. So I was like, no, you're not supposed to be somebody who gets stigmatized by Rand as well. Not every single woman.
He's very handsome.
He is fine. He is fine. What? I am stigmatized by Rand, but that's okay.
You're allowed.
That I fall for a good looking. Woo. But Min was not supposed to be that. I am that. We are okay with that. I have accepted this.
But Min was supposed to be above it. Yeah.
Yes. I am a weak human. Rand is fine. Okay? I would be one of those girls. I would go through the ways for Rand. I would go through the ways.
And then you would get caught by the Shanshan. See, you got to learn to not be so digmatized. This is very bad. It was very, very bad. That was a bad thing. Yes.
You see? It's true. You see, Min was supposed to be our savior.
Yes.
The one that doesn't get... Anyways.
Okay.
Also, there was in the book, you could tell it was written by a man. Because there's no... Like, women are a lot more catty than the book allows.
Then the book allows? What do you mean? Okay, say what you're going to say.
In the sense of they just instantly admit that they all want the same man. Whereas in real life, women will be a little bit more like, I want your man, but I'm going to let you know. I'm going to just steal him from behind you. Whereas like Elaine keeps telling her stuff like straight to her face. And like Min, when she's taking care of him at the end of the book and Egwene walks in, she instantly confesses. Like, and I'm like, what? You're supposed to play the game a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Okay. I have the opposite feeling that, although, okay, granted, you're on book 2. I feel like, not about men. I will say, like, he doesn't make women catty about, well, that's not true necessarily. But I feel like the women in the books are too catty. But again, you're on book 2. You have and I feel like that he wrote their, like, women, I can't say anything because you're on book 2.
Okay.
But there are times when I'm like, this is a man who thinks that women hate each other. Like, he thinks that that's what, like, he's one of those guys who thinks, oh, women can't be friends with women. They hate each other.
Yeah.
That's what women are like. And I'm like, no, that's
this book 2. Yeah, true. I wouldn't say I see that yet.
Yeah,
I don't see that
you
in the books yet. Yeah. Okay.
No, you haven't seen that yet.
Definitely don't see that yet.
Yeah.
Because I would think the exact opposite at this point. All the women seem to be getting along.
To be okay.
Except for when it comes to Rand, and maybe in that sense it is pissing me off a bit that they all want Rand.
All want Rand, yeah.
And they're all... First of all, that doesn't happen in real life. Not all girls want the same one guy. And then also, the girls that do want the same guy are not going to be so blatantly honest. They're going to be
Okay.
a little sneaky about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this just because I think it's okay to tell you this now. That actually comes from Robert Jordan's life experience. Something that happened to him, I think, when he was in university. I can't remember exactly, where he had a girlfriend and then another girl wanted him, and they worked it out with each other. And
Oh,
then
was this man good looking or something?
I've never looked at pictures of him when he was younger, so I don't know. I've only
Mm,
seen pictures of him like as an older, and he was married. By the like time I've seen pictures of him, he's an older
oh,
man. So I
interesting.
have no idea. So that was a thing that happened to him in his life, and it was only for like a short amount of time. But like I can't remember. I'd have to look it up. But there was a quote of him in an interview saying like, "If it could happen to me, I imagine that like the dragon reborn, like the literal savior of the world, it would probably happen to them." Like
Maybe.
I like
Maybe.
he's like I'm not anything special, so like that was his sort of thinking
Okay.
on that. So
Maybe.
yeah, yeah, that's but you're right. Like the women do throw themselves a little bit at Rand. Yes.
I was okay enough up until
Mm.
Min. Up
Up
until
until
Min,
man.
I was like,
Yeah.
Min, not Min.
Yes.
Anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah.
There's a couple. Okay, so Min and Rand was someone you were seeing foreshadowing
Oh,
for. Who else who else
yeah.
did you see?
Ingtar.
Oh,
I think I
Ingtar.
I
Mhm.
think I clocked Seline, but I didn't remember Seline was Seline in the show.
I
I
know, I
forgot
know.
because
You asked
Seline in the show was
an
it
innkeeper.
was an innkeeper. So this
Mhm.
I didn't put the two. And I'm so bad with names, so it's kind of
Yeah.
like I didn't remember the name of the woman in the
Mhm.
show. And then
I
I just thought
know.
this was a new character because the book is just so different. I thought it was a new character. So
Yeah.
I was like, who the fuck is this Celine woman? At first,
Mhm.
I didn't know who she was. And then as it went on, I'm like, she's starting to annoy me. Like, who is this woman? She needs to
Mhm.
get in. And yeah, and then eventually I was like, no. She must be. And then it clicked. I was like, oh, that must be Lanfear.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, but it
Yeah.
was yeah, so that was one.
Mhm.
And
I do okay.
Ingtar.
Okay, okay, that's one Ingtar, yeah.
Yeah,
Ingtar, you
so
popped?
Ingtar. So Ingtar, because he kept repeating, I need to get the Horn of
Mhm,
Valir.
mhm,
It was extremely persistent. He wasn't too concerned about Matt Dagger.
mhm.
He was so concerned about the Horn of Valir. And it was just so persistent and so like not he was on a mission and he accomplished the mission. It felt like life and death. And I was
Yeah,
like,
like desperation, like pure desperation.
desperation. And I was a little confused because I was like, he is good. Like, I feel like he's good, but like, this seems a little bit. And then it was confusing me that if he was a bad guy,
Mhm,
why is he trying to steal it from the bad guys? He
mhm,
should just.
mhm.
So that was confusing me, but I was like, but he's just too desperate. So then I started to get a little confused by that.
Right, right.
So that's when I was like, something's else. And I almost messaged you about him before it came to light. But I was like, no, like, I'm going to sound crazy. I'm going to sound crazy because why would a bad guy be trying to
Trying
steal
to get the horn. Yeah.
from the bad people? Like,
Yeah.
he was trying to divert them.
Mhm.
But it was the desperation that kind of was like a sign that something doesn't seem right.
Right, right.
But then when I heard his reasoning, I was like, oh, that makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense.
Yeah,
And it
that
made me
scene always
very sad.
that makes me cry every time. Like when Rand gives that blessing for like the Shinar and funeral blessing. Okay. Well, if you go back, I know you're into the books now, so you probably won't do this for a while, but if you go back and watch season 2, Ingtar is in season 2. And
Okay.
yeah, if you watch it, you can see hints of that in the season. They actually filmed, apparently, I don't know, but I've heard this, I don't know why they would lie about it. They filmed the scene, like at where he reveals himself in the show, but it didn't fit. Like it made the episode too long, and
Um,
they felt like they hadn't given him at least I think they hadn't given him enough time. So it would have felt like, why do
too
we
much.
care?
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
so they ended up pulling it out, but it's still like if you go back and watch, you'll see it. You'll see the hints that he was. Oh,
Really?
it's really there.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's really there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do plan on watching after I finish book 3, watching season 1 and 2 again.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The question I was going to ask you before, obviously, like as you said, Celine in the books and Celine in the show, very, very different. Any thoughts on the comparison between them? Like why you think they did that or
Why do I think they did that? Well, I think they, because Rand was by himself
Mhm.
with in the show, not
Yeah.
with, so that would have just changed the whole
Yeah.
plot in the show. Like they would have had to move so many different things around to have
Yeah.
it the way it was in the books. And I think in the show, her influence on him and makes more sense of him
Mhm.
falling in love with her. Whereas in the books, I'm like, I have to probably do what you do is remind myself this stupid little boy is following his dick.
Mhm. Yeah.
Whereas like in the show, it does seem like I can understand why a vulnerable, alone, young adult is being influenced by a beautiful older woman who's the owner of the place he's staying, who seems like
Yeah.
she has things, like influence on
Yeah.
him. And I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, I think I think it's an amazing change. Like I really don't
Yeah.
enjoy. Lanfear is okay for me. Celine, I don't enjoy. Like I just find her really, like as you said, annoying. I find her really annoying. Whereas Celine in the show, I liked,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and as you said, it made sense. So I don't know. For me, one of the things that will make me hate a character or not enjoy watching a character is if the character is stupid. And I feel like if Rand had felt stupid in the show, like why is he falling for this? I would have been. Whereas, as you said, like it makes sense. He's vulnerable, he's
Yeah.
alone, and she's
Yeah.
taking care of him. And, yeah, she is the mature older woman who knows things that he doesn't know. I mean, way more
Yeah.
than he knows, whatever. But it makes more sense. So it makes me,
Yeah.
I don't lose respect for him the way I kind of do in book two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, that was annoying me. I'm like, come on, Rand. Come on. Like I wanted to
Yeah.
slap him in the books. I was like, you need to chill. Like, no woman is that pretty. Like, I promise
Mm.
you. Like, calm down.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely. There's a lot of things in the show I actually really like how they like. I do like how they did the Celine Lanfear in the
Mm.
show. I really do. In the books, it does seem like a slower burn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I think I would be 100% more annoyed if I hadn't already watched the show because I would be like
Mm.
very like that consist like if I didn't know where it was going to end up, I'm like I want this Celine woman to just fall off a cliff. I think I would have eventually want like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
um
Think of the glory, Rand.
oh
Uh,
God. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, the other one you sent me a message about was hold on, I gotta scroll back up here. Oh, does Thom have a crush on Moiraine?
Oh, I that hasn't come to fruition yet.
No, but
If it
well, you sent me that message, and so
yes.
but like right after that, you also sent me a message about Tom's girlfriend. So are you still thinking that Thom has a crush on Moiraine, or
Yeah,
like
because she
you
died.
still because the girlfriend died? Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, she died, so he's just like, all right, fine.
I mean, I was a little bit. You see, like this. I'm gonna try and just maybe do better at saying like my every because like the Ingtar one I didn't say until it came
Right,
because I
right,
was like,
right.
oh, I don't know. I don't want to
Mm,
sound stupid if I'm saying something that doesn't make any sense.
mm,
Um. So the Thom one, I was like, I felt stupid after I realized he was really in love with this girlfriend, and I was
mm.
like, shit, that probably isn't right. Moiraine and Thom. And then because she's like and then she died. I was like, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it's still a possibility.
I just,
Yeah.
that just cracks me up. She's dead, so he's fine. He's fine. She got murdered in their bed. He'll be fine.
I don't know. Well, yeah, because I can't remember what it was. It was early on in the book.
Mm,
But like he just was too interested in where Moiraine was and what Moiraine was doing and how Moiraine has been. And I'm like, why are you asking so many questions? Nobody else has asked that many questions about Moiraine. Nobody cares about
Right.
Moiraine. They're running
Yeah,
away from Moiraine. They don't want Moiraine around.
right, right.
And you're like overly interested. Like, why? So that's what was my hint to it.
Yes. I finally found the message, and I just love, you kept asking me questions. It just made me laugh. You're right. Also, does Tom have a crush on Moiraine? Don't tell me. And then the amount of times you would ask me questions, like would ask me a question, and the next message would be, "Don't tell me." Like, is this happening? Don't tell me. So it made me laugh every single time.
Yeah. I
Okay.
also think that when Tom finally sees Rand channel, or like knows that Rand is the Dragon Reborn, he's gonna like come
Join
back full fledged.
join up
Like,
with
yeah.
him. Yeah.
Because he wasn't, his whole thing was, I don't want to get mixed up. He thought that because his nephew channeled, so he wanted to like protect another young channeler boy or whatever. So he followed the kids, didn't know which one could channel, didn't know, he just knew one of them could channel. So he was trying to protect them. And then when he thought Rand couldn't channel, he's like, you know what? My job here is done. Go on with your life. I have a good young woman with me who loves me. I'll stay here and live a safe life.
Yeah.
And then she dies.
Mm.
And he still hasn't seen Rand channel. So I do think once he is knowing that Rand is channeled, something, and he would want to protect him again.
Yeah.
I am curious about like the Queen and him. That could be like a plot
more
that
case?
I have.
Yeah. Like Elaine's mom.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I am interested on how that's gonna play out.
Okay.
Yeah. I might have to take back my foreshadowing on Tom and Moiraine then.
Oh, because maybe you think he ends up with the Queen?
Mm-hmm. But like, and also Moiraine is like gay. Well, but I mean, she could be fluid. Like, I don't know. She could just like who she likes.
Yeah, I mean that is in the show. You don't like in the books as of right now. You have no idea. Point. You have no idea what Moiraine's into in the books right now. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Very good point.
So
yeah. And I don't know who this like Aes Sedai is that is with the Queen. Like, I don't think we've met her in the show yet, have we?
No, you haven't. She has been cast. I know who I'm so excited about her casting. Yeah, she's gonna be.
And I want to see who that fine brother is.
Oh, Galad. I can send you a picture.
No.
Okay.
I want to be surprised. Okay. I don't want to be disappointed if he's not up to my standard.
All right.
Okay. All right. I don't want to be disappointed.
I will tell you, it's one of the things that's fascinating. When like everybody said this before the show came out, like whoever they cast as Lanfear and whoever they cast as Galad, they are going to get a bunch of shit before the show comes out. Because in the books,
they did a good job with Lanfear.
Oh, they did. But when they announced her and people were just looking at pictures, I mean, it was all gross men, but there were a bunch of gross men being like, she's not beautiful enough. She's not beautiful enough. And then the show came out and it was like, oh, they all got quiet. They all got quiet.
Because she looks stunning. To be honest though, like I think I said this the last time we talked. I didn't know she had that in her because I've seen her in Peaky Blinders, and she's just like a normal. Like, I wouldn't say she's a bad actress.
No, she's good. I finished it.
She's good.
Yeah,
you finished Peaky Blinders already.
Yeah,
and you told me about I'm a binger. That's serious.
I haven't been. I'm mostly better now, but I have been like fully deep in brain fog, not able to do anything else. So that was what I did for about 3 weeks was just watch Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. Okay, but she's good in Peaky Blinders, but she's not. And like I don't like her with the short hair isn't as like the long black hair, and like they don't. And I get it because that's not her. Her
character as Lanfear, like she's confident and she whereas in Peaky Blinders, she's a woman who has been, I mean, that woman went through hell. Like,
she's a broken woman, like, you know,
marrying a man that she knows doesn't love her. And like, it's,
exactly. Still beautiful, but she just doesn't, but I was so
couldn't take
I mean,
my
I
eyes
probably
off.
would have been. Yeah, she's like what I see in the books and what I see in the show. I'm like, yeah, you did a great job, and she
Yeah,
does such a great job,
yeah,
such a great job.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Okay,
I'm just blown away by her acting.
it's amazing. You know, it's just
I
one of
do
those.
hope he's fine though. I legit hope he's fine because I'll be
I
very disappointed.
He looks good to me. I'm not the target audience. I wonder if it's going to be the same as with like Natasha
Rand,
O'Keefe.
uh,
Oh, I'm thinking Natasha O'Keefe, like the actress who plays Lanfear. Because
Lance,
like
yeah,
when I looked at pictures of her, I was like, oh, she's beautiful. In the show, she is stunning. And
yeah,
so
I
like
completely agree.
I look at pictures of the actor playing Galad, and I'm like, oh, he looks good. I'm assuming the show
Don't
is
know,
going to,
yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I want to literally be wanting. I want to like be woof. That's how I want to feel. That's how I
Okay,
want to feel. Because the way
all
they're
right.
making this man sound in the
Mhm,
books, I
mhm.
want to be woof. That's how I want to feel.
All right.
Legitimately.
All right. What do you think about his other, because she has two brothers, Gawain and
Yes.
Galad. What do you think
Oh,
about Gawain?
I love Gowan.
Yeah.
I love him. I want him as my brother.
Yes.
I want to be buddies
Yeah.
with him. I want to be friends. He's so nice and such a supportive brother and is always down for the
Mm,
and seems so kind and gentle and
yeah, yeah.
a
Yeah.
sweetheart. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, he's a sweetie. I will see it, okay, because Gowan is Elaine's like full brother, and then
Yeah.
Galad is her half brother. And the way that she talks about Galad, like he's not my brother, really makes me so mad every single time. I've ranted about this so
Oh,
much. Fuck you,
because we
Elaine.
have.
Yes, my sisters. Fuck you, Elaine. Like, just also, a lot of what she complains about with Galad is like, you remember how he would tell mom on us? I'd be like, he's like what, 12 years older than you? Of course he was babysitting you. My God, what's wrong
Don't
with you,
kill
Elaine?
me.
What's wrong
Don't
with
kill
you?
me.
It makes me so mad. I love Elaine. I really do. The way she is
Yeah.
about her brother, about Galad, makes me want to crawl in the book and smack her. Like, stop.
But like I took that as he probably has like a nasty streak about him that I just haven't seen yet. That's how I took it.
Right,
I don't know if
right.
that's true or not. But like I just thought she was like that with him because
Maybe, yeah. Yeah. Well, like
I
she
don't
does,
know.
and Nin does say like he will do how does she describe it? He will
I
do
don't remember.
what's right no matter what. Like doesn't matter who it
Yeah,
hurts or
I remember
something like
that.
that.
I remember
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Which
So he
I
has
don't
like
know. That seems a little bit suspect.
it is. But I still Elaine. Stop it. So,
That's
okay.
funny.
So that's it. That is our the first half of this conversation that I had with my sister about book 2. Part 2 will be coming out when I finish editing it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on like obviously, we talked a bit about some of the changes between the book and the show and whatnot. Let me know what you think about like the changes that we talked about in this video in the comments below. And if you like my content and you want to support me, I do have a Patreon that is also linked in the description below. To my patrons, thank you so much. Honestly, especially as I've been going through this, it is this health stuff has been affecting my entire life, not just my YouTube channel. It is just so nice to know that I have people who are supporting me. It means a lot. Like it really, really does. Aside from obviously the incredible practical ways that it means a lot to me. So thank you so much. And with that, I am gonna end this here. So please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.